How you doing, guys? It's Stephen from Glen Car Sales. We've not done one of these on YouTube before. These are normally reserved for our social medias, but why not? So let's start a wee walk around of what stock we've got here at Glen Car Sales. The week is, just in case you're watching this ahead of time, it's the 16th of November. We've got some lovely bits to show you, so let's get started. So the wee i20N, these are really popular. We've sold a good few of these now, and our Neve, my daughter's got one of these. 200 horsepower, limited slip diff, 6-speed manual gearbox, loads and loads of cool tech in the inside, and they handle a dream. It is literally an out-the-box car you could take on a track day, and you wouldn't be disappointed on how it would. I've never had one on a track, but you get a feeling of that really solid turning, amazing body control. It's just a feisty, very hardcore little machine. If you've got one yourself, what do you think of it? Let us know in the comments. Onto the rear wheel drive corner now. BMW M2 Competition. But what one sounds better? The N55 or the S55? This is obviously the faster car being the competition. We're all torn. What's your favourite, Lee? We've got one which I'll show you later on in the video. They sound, you just can't beat how they sound. It's a really honest car, the OG. I don't know if honestly, it's a funny description for a car, but I don't know, but it's the sound of it. It's pure organic, it's like Supra material. I just don't really gel with the sound of these. That being said, it's a technical marvel. They handle beautifully. A few small mods, and these are an absolute track weapon as well. This one's done. Let me double check. This one's done 32,118 miles by the one owner. Try and find a one owner M2 Competition. This is a 70 plate car, all the packs as well. So yeah, really good buy this in my humble opinion. But obviously I'm going to say that because I'm trying to sell all these cars. I'll try and keep myself impartial. These are a great looking SUV. It's got the big 20-inch wheels, it's got the LED lights, it's got a pan roof, but look in the back. It's the little things. See if you can wander the camera around into the back there, Lee. Look at the little tables in the back, and that's also got an integrated cup holder that pops out the side. This is a Tiguan R-Line 2-litre TDI. It just looks good from every angle. Having a school run car need not be boring. This is a 4Motion because yes, you get them in 2-wheel drive, which I've always found a bit bizarre. Why would you buy a 4-wheel drive style vehicle and not have 4-wheel drive? This is a 16 plate, 50-odd thousand miles, full history, and just a great all-rounder. Can't be a 5-cylinder. Somebody just blasted by in a Focus ST. Sorry, I'm just indulging. Hope you can hear it. Next, this is a car that was previously supplied by our good selves, and we haven't cleaned it since it came back yet. We've been pretty busy just getting sold cars prepped first. As soon as a car's sold, it goes to the front of the queue. So unfortunately, the poor E92 has been put back and back. But there's really very little improvement on this, Lee. Yeah. So this to a lovely guy called James Burrows. James, if you're watching the video, hope you're doing good, and you're not suffering too heavily from M3 withdrawals. Alpine White, E92 M3, 53,000 miles, just 4 owners. We got offered probably one of these a week, and they're always slotted with owners. And I get that. It's the sort of car that's going to work its way through owners. I mean, James only had it for 3 or 4 months. But as they kind of reach the sort of 6 and 7 owners, we find that they just become tricky to sell, and they stay in stock for too long for us. However, this is a completely stock car with the exception of a set of high-back lowering springs and the Geo to suit. It's got Logic 7 audio, heated seats because, believe it or not, that was not standard. And I think that's pretty much it. Carbon roof is in perfect condition because we're now beginning to see these break down. Little chips in the lacquer, let moisture in, and then you start getting really, it's like a bloom underneath the lacquer, but this one is absolutely fine. We've also found it a wee bit of a challenge to find a body shop that will take on the job of relacquering a roof. So really nice, lovely, original car. and it's just got one of the best engines ever made. The S65, 8,400 RPM. We can't start it and let you hear it because there's like no fuel in it. It's got 1 mile on the range because, yeah, nobody's prepared to take the fuel roulette up to the petrol station, but we've got, I think the new fuel cans arrived. Because we had the big metal ones and they all rust in the inside and then they'll end up killing a fuel system, so we'll put them in the bin and we've just taken delivery of 2 new plastic fuel cans. Anyway, I digress. I think this is possibly the star of the show.
I would say so.
Dakar Yellow F82 M4. It's not a competition, that would just have been the cherry on the cake. It's just a standard car. Completely standard, as in no modifications. 1 of 2 in Dakar Yellow. The other one, we believe, has done 800 miles, was sold for £50,000 and disappeared into a car collection. This was information shared to us by one of our good friends or good followers on Facebook. So this one has done 40-odd thousand miles, so it's a usable car. Don't need to be too precious with it. What we on? Yeah, 42,926 miles. It's got the carbon interior, heads-up display, Harman Kardon. It's all the bits you would want. And not only is the carbon roof, is the roof carbon on this one as well, it's like a double bubble carbon roof. These are a handful of a thing, they really are. They're just monstrously quick. You need to put your big boy pants on when you're driving one of these. But I just think the whole thing, the carbon roof, the Dakar yellow paint, the black wheels, the full BMW history, it's a great buy for somebody and it's in lovely, lovely condition. The only thing we had to do was new discs and pads all round. And so far, the only place we seem to be able to get the brake parts for these is BMW, so it's all genuine stuff as well. Oh, sorry, need to share the carbon brace. The M2 Competition's got a carbon brace as well. All that. Ready? Behold. BMW didn't need to make that out of carbon, but I'm so glad they did. And as I say, the M2 Competition has the same. Quite disappointed actually when we had a new model M2 and the brace was like a big bit of box section, angle iron. Bit of a disappointment. Ta-da! This is one of mine. This is the Suzuki Cappuccino. It's not for sale. It's in here because it's just back from the body shop from having one of its first mods of 25. Carbon splitter, I wish. Good old fiberglass front splitter. Got a wee set of gas coilovers coming for it as well. Anyway, back to stock. I love an 91 Boxster. I've had 2. It's the only car bar the Evo that I've had 2 of consecutively. For the 2.7 I've now got a GTS. The 2.7 in these screams to like 7,800 RPM. Great bit of induction noise. The balance of the chassis is just epic. They're not crashy, they're not too stiff. Steering feel is lacking ever so slightly, but it's still very, very, very good by modern standards. This one's got the 20-inch Carrera Classic wheels, all diamond cut, matching Pirelli P0 tyres all round. It also has the correct steering wheel. So Lee, if you bring the camera just round and come in, have a wee peek in from the passenger side. So you get 2 different types of steering wheel. This is what's called the Sports Design steering wheel, which has got the paddle on the left for down and a paddle on the right for up. If you get the standard steering wheel on a PDK car, each paddle does exactly the same thing, so it will be forward for down and back for up, and it is so counterintuitive. So this is the wheel you want, and if you think about buying one without, that's 1,700 quid. It's a lot of money. The orange one I had didn't have this steering wheel, so I just used the shifter, which is also back to front, but through time you get used to it. Brilliant car for going touring in. You've got a boot in the back, boot in the rear, boot in the front. The trunk in the front is called a frunk because it's trunk at the front and it's massive. I usually take the boot at the front and Gio takes the boot at the back when we're heading off on a wee driving holiday. But yeah, these are great. The DFI engine has no issues. It's not like the older Boxster Caymans, which suffers from IMS and bore score and everything else. So buy and enjoy without any worries. So this is the other M2. This is the OG. This is the one that we feel we kind of warm to the most, eh?
Yeah, definitely my favourite.
Yeah, I had a black one, and the only reason why I sold it is because I thought the market was going to take a real dip, and it didn't. So I could have probably had another year out of that car. But yeah, this is a 4-owner 18 plate, so it is an LCI. So it's got the newer style dash, different rear tail lights. It's got Harman Kardon, no heated seats. But to be fair, we never had heated seats either. They just look amazing from every angle, and I much prefer the OG front bumper. I think the competition front bumper is too fussy. I think they've changed it for change's sake, to be honest. But again, another standard car, no modifications on that. We've got back discs to do, and then it'll be in the queue for cleaning. This is our Vicky's trade-in, my sister. We'll just have a wee nosy at this before we go back inside because it's absolutely freezing. Mini, all 4, Cooper S. So this is an all-wheel drive, Countryman, LED headlights. It's got climate, it's got cruise, and it has half leather. And it also has a bike carrier that we can't get off. So I've had to order keys for it off Amazon. Detachable tow bar, but it hasn't towed anything. The tow bar was fitted purely for a bike carrier because she was finding the bikes were awful high on the top and getting the mountain bikes on and off were a wee bit of a struggle. So she got a nice bike carrier that swings out and attaches onto the tow bar at the back. British Racing Green Mini Cooper Sport. How nice is this colour? Obviously I'm biased because I've got a green Mini myself, but this is beautiful. So the Sport gives it the John Cooper Works aero kit, side skirts, front back bumper, John Cooper Works rear boot spoiler with a nice wee detail in the centre there. It's locked, fortunately. This one doesn't have, it's got heated seats, cruise, half leather, John Cooper Works steering wheel, but I just think it's a beautiful looking wee thing. Nice with the black wheels, black mirror caps, black roof. Just in, not cleaned yet. GT Silver 981 Boxster. This is a really late plated car. It's a 65 plate. They finished these on 16 before they went to the 718 4-cylinder. Sad times. Sorry if you've got one, but the Porsche's got to have 6 cylinders. The end. Body coloured roll hoops, which you can't see because the roof is up, but when the roof's down and the colour is carried up onto the hoops, I think it really finishes it off nice. Same wheels as the red one, the Sport Classic 20-inch wheels. Heated seats, which is obviously an essential, but this has got the nicer back lights as well, which are exactly the same as the tail lights on my GTS. I'm not sure if they're an option or if it's because it's a late plated car, but yeah, rather than full colour, nice clear on the inside, dark inlays, and then the red around the outside looks really nice. And if you have a look, and that's what I was meaning about the standard steering wheel, this one doesn't have the sports design steering wheel, it doesn't have paddles, it's got like clickers if you like, but you'll get used to it. I certainly did in the wee orange car. Yaris GR. We sold this to a girl, what, 5 months ago?
About 5 months ago.
14,000 miles she done in it in 5 months. Fair play, Lucy, fair play. Prior to that, it was one owner from new. Both owners have taken it back to the same Toyota main dealer out in Ayr because the techs are renowned for knowing the GR Yaris inside out. They've made sure that they've used all the correct viscosity of oil, everything that is needed for the GR Yaris. This car is had by the guys that know the servicing routines inside out. It has an MSRT intake and a whiff bits, garage whiff bits. I can never pronounce that right. Titanium exhaust. So it now sounds the bomb. Just got to get it cleaned. I always find these a bit of a kind of one-dimensional wee car. They are brilliant at doing what they're supposed to do, but after that, I'm not so sure. What's your thoughts on the GR Yaris? I'd be very keen to know, because it's a shitload of money. I'm probably going to mark down on the algorithm for YouTube for swearing, but it's a boatload of money. for something that's pretty much just brilliant on a back road. And anything after that, I just feel that they're a bit kind of, yeah, a lot of other stuff for the same money. BMW M4 Cabriolet, mineral grey, red leather, carbon dash. It's got a heads up. No heads up, but it's got heated seats, power roof, obviously. This another completely original standard car. You set matching Continentals all round. 32,000 miles. Took it in a part exchange from a gentleman who spent an awful lot of time abroad, hence the low mileage. Yes, that's an Evo, but I'm afraid it's sold. Sold it in 48 hours. If anyone has any more Evos, we would like to buy them. BMW M140, an absolute hooligan of a car. This was reserved on the website last night. It was in for like 5 hours. So that one looks like it's sold, so there's not much point in dwelling on that. The successor or the replacement, the car that replaced it, has it really replaced it? Not sure. BMW M135, 300 horsepower, so still got lots of poke, but it's only got 4 cylinders now. However, it does drive all 4 wheels, so you can use more of the power, more of the time. I much prefer the interior. I much prefer the new seats are great as well. But I don't know, 140. I think these are going to hold their money really, really well as the years go on, because there's never going to be another car like a 140. 6-cylinder, 340 horsepower, out the box, rear wheel drive, and they are an absolute handful of the thing. That being said, we've sold these no problem. I mean, that's how many we've had now? 5? Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, literally, I think the longest we've had one's about 3 weeks. So there's definitely a place for them, and I really don't think someone who's been a 140 driver is going to buy one of these. I think the sort of buyer that's going to buy that is somebody that's maybe considering an S3 or a Golf R, because it's essentially the same sort of formula, isn't it? 4-cylinder, 300 horsepower, 4-wheel drive. Anyway, guys, what do you think? What's your thoughts on the 135 by comparison to the outgoing models? This is sold. This is still broken. And these aren't for sale. Yes, that brings us to the end of the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed a wee wander around the garage. It's absolutely freezing, so we're going to go back in the other garage because there's no heating in here. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, bye bye.